Today, Ralph is here from Ridgeview Liquor to talk about Hinterland.
Maybe my favorite segment of the week.
Well,
For sure, mine is favorite.
It should be. I'm really happy to be back here today. Thanks a lot.
It's good to have you,
Really
buddy.
appreciate it.
All right, so what are you featuring for us tonight?
Well, I went to Hinterland, and the reason I'm going to Hinterland is because of Craft Beer Week. They're going to have the opening event of Craft Beer Week, a beer dinner, the Tap and Table, which is really cool. It's $100 a ticket, but the food and wine is paired up. It'll be a great kickoff to Craft Beer Week.
And there are some good restaurants taking part.
335's involved, Salt, and
That's the fun part, though, when
Yeah.
you can actually taste the food with the different types of beers.
well, and then each brewery is getting to pair up
That's
with a
awesome.
different course, so it's
All
really
right.
nice.
So it's a good event to go to, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
May 11th.
May 11th.
May 11th.
And then the Firkin Fest on May 16th to kind of bracket that whole week.
Cool.
Wow, lots of
I
good
like it.
beer events coming up.
So what I brought tonight is a few from Hinterland. They do about 11 beers. They're the oldest brewery in Green Bay, 1995.
I remember when they started up.
In New Denmark.
Yeah.
Steve's
They're
Cheese.
amazing.
Did you ever
Yeah.
go out there then?
I haven't. I'm going out there, though, yeah.
Well, I went out there when they were like in 1997. I went there.
Wow.
And it was, it's like going into somebody's barn and
Yeah, that's where it started
kettles,
out.
and it was
Yeah.
really cool. The kids were little. We had a great time. But I brought the Packerland Pils, which is a new one for them, and this is really a nice beer. The brewer Scott Kissman said, if you go to a craft brewer, try their lightest style, because you can't hide any faults in these light styles like this.
Okay.
So this is a real true Pilsner made with Hallertauer hops and their own two-row malt, and that's what's in that big silo you see on top of Hinterland. Is they
Yeah.
have about 4 months worth of two-row barley in there. This is a nice one, lightly hopped, really crisp and clean, just the way a Pilsner should be.
Fantastic.
That's
Isn't
a
that
good
nice?
tip for people, I
Fantastic.
think, to try the lightest beer, right?
In a big beer like a bourbon barrel Doppelbock or a bourbon
You almost have to
barrel
work
stout,
your way up to those, don't you?
but you can hide things in there.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And I agree, you have to work up to it. And the other beer that they just came out with is their cherry wheat.
Yes.
Another really nice light style. This is made with wheat malt rather than 100% barley.
Okay.
And then they put some Mount Morency cherries in there.
Wow.
So is it a sweet? I mean, does it have
It's
kind of a
not
sweeter?
really sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, pop the top on that one.
Let's just see what this is like.
Mine is going to tell us what this
Pop the
tastes like.
top again.
You should get some nice tart cherry nose, and you can see it's just a little
yeah,
bit.
just a
Oh, it's got that color to
Yeah.
it, doesn't
Yep.
it? That's cool.
And it's real, again, another nice light refresher. I talked with Scott Kissman.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you really taste the cherry.
It's
cherry.
nice and tart, gives you a little bite back.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, okay.
What would you eat with that? Or what would you have this with it?
I would have this with cheeses.
Okay.
I would put this even with a blue cheese, something that's pretty pungent.
Sure.
Okay.
What about a good steak on the grill?
Oh, well, here, you got to go to these big beers.
Okay.
To a stout
Like robust.
or even an IPA will work with something that's got some fat in it.
Okay.
Okay.
But the big beers, I like stouts with steak because they have some tannins. Tannins like fat.
Right.
And so does the hops.
Awesome.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
All right, good information. You got lots of good events coming up.
And there's tons of
May
stuff.
11th.
I know.
Got to
All right,
mark
yeah.
that down.
So
That's going to be great.
for more information about the beers or about Hinterland or about the events that Ralph was talking about, just visit NBC26.com. Click on this story, and we have a list of all of that information right there, and you can get signed up and get your tickets and get involved.
Yep.
Thank you, Ralph.
Absolutely.
You have
Thank you,
tickets?
Well, I have tickets.
All right. Okay.
You can see
just,
Ralph.
You can just leave this stuff here. I'll bring it back to your store.
All right, I
tomorrow.
appreciate that.
Yeah, we'll
Coming
see
up
you next
next,
week.
Dan Coop with